District. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Present.
Trustee Davis Smith. President Garrett.
Present.
VP Gross. And I am present. We have a quorum 6-0.
All right, thank you. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Something. Hold on one second. All right, thank you for that clarity. We didn't know amendments. Need a motion on the floor to approve the agenda, please. Moved by Trustee Davis Smith, supported by Trustee Gross. Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none. I'm sorry.
amend the agenda for the consent agenda item?
We tabled that during the special meeting hearing. We tabled those already. Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none. Roll call.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Trustee Davis Smith.
Yes.
President Garrett.
Yes.
VP Gross.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. And Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
All right, thank you. We're going to turn the meeting over to awards and recognitions. Dr. Leverett, the meeting is yours.
Thank you, President Garrett, trustees, members, our staff, and community. This is always a wonderful part of our board meeting as we recognize students and staff for their outstanding accomplishments. And this evening, we are very honored to represent Jasmine Bermudez Alvarado. Jasmine is being recognized this evening for her outstanding achievements in the health science patient care technician pathway at Pontiac High School, including receiving an Oakland Schools Award of Excellence in Career and Technical Education. Congratulations, Jasmine. These next few certificates are in recognition. April 1st through 5th was Assistant Principals Week, and so we would like to honor the contributions to our assistants principals who work so hard in supporting staff and students throughout the district. And this certificate reads, in recognition of National Assistant Principal Week, we thank you for your critical role you play in serving our students, staff, families, and district each day. We honor you for your work and appreciate you for all you do. Mr. Joe Arucchio is Assistant Principal at Pontiac High School. Sylvia Sturgis is Assistant Principal at ITA. Cynthia Rush is Assistant Principal at Pontiac Middle School. Tenny Clark Franklin is Assistant Principal at Pontiac High School. And we have one final certificate in recognition of Karen Robinson, in recognition of your work as Dean of Students at Pontiac Middle School. We thank you for the critical role you play in serving our students, staff, families, and districts each day. We honor you for your work and appreciate you for all you do. They are not here, but I would happily accept this on their behalf and make sure that it gets to them. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, comments from trustees? Okay, Trustee Bowman.
I just wanted to say congratulations to the young lady. I'm sorry, your name escapes me at this moment, but thank you so much for representing your family, yourself, and your community. Congratulations again for all your hard work.
Any other comments from the board? Okay, city plans. Okay. At this particular point in time, I need a motion on the floor to add a resolution to the board's action item.
So move.
Support.
Who moved it? Moved by trustee Bowman, supported by trustee Hannah. This is the NAF resolution. I thought it was in there, but it came, we got it. You're right, I needed to add it. And that's why we're adding it to the board's action for this evening. All right, thank you. Any questions, comments, or concerns to that add? Okay, hearing none. Roll call.
Trustee Davis Smith. Yes. President Garrett.
Yes.
VP Gross.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Bowman
Yes.
and Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, need another motion on the floor to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Gross, supported by trustee Davis Smith. Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none. Roll call.
President Garrett.
Yes.
VP Gross.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Trustee Davis Smith.
Okay, thank you. We're going to move down to recognition of elected officials. Any elected officials in the audience? Don't see any here. Okay, see trustees on the dais. How y'all doing this evening?
Good evening, sir.
Thank you so much for being here. We're going to move down to consent agenda. Need a motion on the floor to accept the consent agenda.
Support.
Support.
Yeah.
Moved by trustee Davis Smith, supported by trustee Gross.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none. Roll call.
VP Gross.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Trustee Davis Smith. And President Garrett.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
All right, thank you. Move down to information from the superintendent and administration. Discussion item Hop Skip Drive, Inc. Transportation Company.
Thank you,
Dr. Leverett,
President.
the meeting is yours.
Thank you, President Garrett. This discussion and action is for Hop Skip Incorporation Transportation Company. It is to provide services to our homeless students living within or outside of the district in order to eliminate their education costs. Costs are determined on an individual basis and is based on the rate plus mileage according to location. And it is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve the contract for Hop Skip Drive for our homeless students.
Yes.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Any questions?
I just want to
Go ahead, sir.
thank you for bringing this to our attention. Something that's definitely needed. Thank you.
Now, I do have a question about, is it homeless and, well, I know sometimes they said transient students is considered part of our homeless population. So will they be still working with SMART to kind of help provide some of that transportation as well? I know some of those students were using some of the SMART share ride
Yes.
system.
So this is
So-
another,
Okay, to kind of help with that? Okay.
yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Any other questions from the board? Okay. Hearing none, I'm going to move down to action item approval of the Hop Skip Drive Inc. Transportation Company. Need a motion on the floor, please.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by trustee Gross, supported by trustee Bowman. Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, roll call, please.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Trustee Davis Smith. President Garrett.
Yes.
And VP Gross.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take a point of privilege and move down to general counsel. We'll go back to the NAF resolution because that is pretty lengthy. We're going to go to general counsel and human resources to the 2023-2024 teacher PEA evaluation report. Our human resource superintendent, Ms. Kellum, the meeting is yours.
Good evening. This is just a report, FYI, only for the board. And so the evaluation ratings, I do have a comparison from 22-23 to 23-24. But for this year, you have for mid-year only for teachers, you have 33 highly effective, 42 effective. Tenured teachers do no evaluations mid-year, so you have 122, 5 minimally effective, no ineffective, 5 on a plan of assistant, and 1 leave of absence. Last school year, you had 52 highly effective, 110 effective, 4 minimally effective, 1 ineffective, 5 on a plan of assistance, and 4 on a leave of absence. So minimally effective teachers are automatically placed on a plan of assistance. So PEA counselors, school social workers, PT, OT, SOP will be evaluated at the end of the school year. They are a part of the PEA. Long-term substitute teachers are not reflected in this report. Evaluations for these individuals will be presented with their contracts through ISS and EduStaff at the end of the school year 23-24.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Any questions from the board?
Okay.
Okay, I did have a question around, I know
Mr.
we,
President, I do
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can you, so you said last year highly effective teachers, it was, what was the number again?
52, mid-year.
Okay, and then this year's 33, was there a significant loss in administration?
So it depends on, some of those highly effective teachers moved over to tenure and didn't have to receive an evaluation.
Okay, thank you.
They will be evaluated at the end of the year, though.
Okay.
They just don't have to receive one mid-year.
So is that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm
Okay. So is that a legal change?
Yes.
Is that one of those packages that when they move over to tenure, they don't have to be effective? I mean,
They still
be
receive
evaluated?
observations and they
Okay.
still have to do a plan with their principals at the beginning of the year, but they just don't have to receive an evaluation.
Okay, so those are legal legislation. Okay. All right, thank you. Any other comments from the board? Okay. Here, now we're going to move down to discussion item Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act. Mr. Sinkers.
Good evening. So, I guess last week, the interim superintendent and the CFO had a meeting with some board members, and I think one of the things that came up during that meeting is that there was concern about, I guess, people within the district perhaps sitting over requests for items which had not been previously budgeted. It may be a position or a new employee, and I think at that point, the interim superintendent and CFO indicated that it would be nice to have some language, perhaps from the board, regarding that this type of activity of actually asking for an item to be paid for when it had not been previously budgeted was problematic. And Pete and I immediately, thought about the Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act, which governs this activity specifically. So the background is pursuant to the Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act, MCL 141.421, expenditures that are not previously budgeted are illegal. Also, the Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act provides for potential criminal penalties if it is not followed as follows, and I'm going to cite the criminal provisions of the Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act, specifically MCL 141.431, which goes on to indicate that employees, officers, or board members can even be criminally liable for spending on items that had not been previously budgeted. So it's really important that before people decide they want to have an expenditure made out of the any fund in the district, that they think about this provision that exposes them and their colleagues and their board. So if the board does want to come up with a resolution, Pete has some good ideas and from his previous district, and I've looked at some language from his previous district, and I suggest maybe we talk about that language in the next board governance meeting. I'd be happy to bring that to you if that's okay. But I thought this particular act would be something just to bring up for discussion today to set the stage.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any other questions, comments from the board? Okay, thank you. We'll add it to the board governance on April 15th. So if you can have that resolution or recommended resolution to us at that time, we'll look over it and then be able to pass it either there or the regular board, well, at the next regular board meeting. But we'll discuss it in board governance on April 15th. We're going to move down or back up, to board action item under, it was a resolution for our NAV. And Madam Secretary, if you can please read the resolution.
Sure. Thanks. Resolution for enhanced collaboration between the Board of Education and NAF. Whereas the Board of Education recognizes the importance of fostering partnerships with organizations dedicated to advancing education and career readiness for students. And whereas it is the Board of Education's intent to have students placed in career pathway programs by their sophomore year and to have viable industry partners ready to place our students upon graduation. And whereas the National Academy Foundation has demonstrated a commitment to equipping students with the skills and experiences necessary for success in both college and career pathways. And whereas the Board of Education is committed to providing career programming that will be drivers and implemented using the NAF curriculum. And whereas collaboration between the Board of Education and NAF has enhanced educational opportunities and outcomes for students within our district through the delivery of instructions in the following courses: Academy of Business and Finance, that includes Finance Expeditions, Principles of Finance, Career Skills and Technology 1, Career Skills and Technology 2, Applied Finance, Finance Planning, Finance Services, Business Management and Technology 1, Business Management and Technology 2, Business Economics, Principles of Accounting, Managerial Accounting, Business in a Global Economy, Entrepreneurship, Business Law, Professional Ethics, Work-Based Learning. Academy of Hospitality and Tourism, Principles of Hospitality and Tourism, Geography for Tourism, Delivering Great Customer Service, Hospitality Marketing, Hospitality and Business Management, Sustainable Tourism, Event Planning, Graphic Design, Professional Ethics, Entrepreneurship, Work-Based Learning. Academy of Information Technology, Principles of IT Computer Science, Intro to Computer Science Programming, Intro to Programming Computer Networking, Database Design, Graphic Design, Computer Science Application, AP Computer Science A, Computer Science Principles, Digital Electronics, Cybersecurity, Web Design, Digital Video Production, Artificial Intelligence, Work-Based Learning. Academy of Manufacturing Engineering, SME Prime Partnership in Manufacturing Education, CAD, CAM Pathway, Introduction to Manufacturing Engineering and CAD, CAM, Print Reading and Measurement, Introduction to Machine Tool and Components to CAD, Operations of CAD, CAM, CAD, CAM Applications, CAD, CAM Design and Development, Geometric Dimensions and Tolerancing, Employability, CAD, CAM, Capstone Project, Work-Based Learning. Additive Manufacturing Pathway, Introduction to Additive Manufacturing, Design for Additive Manufacturing. Academy of Health Sciences, Patient Care Technician and Certified Nursing Assistant, Anatomy and Physiology 1, Anatomy and Physiology 2, Certified Nurse Aide, EKG and BLS for Healthcare Provider, Patient Care Technician 1, Patient Care Technician 2, Patient Care Technician Clinical, Certified Nursing Assistant Program, Work-Based Learning. Military Pathway, Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps, Junior ROTC, Leadership Education Training, LET, Year 1, LET, Year 2, LET, Year 3, LET, Year 4, LET. And whereas the Board of Education and NAF will endeavor to expand course offerings in the following career pathways: Manufacturing Engineering Pathway, Information Technology Pathway. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby reaffirms its formal partnership with the NAF to promote the following initiatives: integration of NAF career-themed academies into the district's high school, providing students with specialized coursework, real work learning experiences, and industry-recognized certifications. Expansion of internships and work-based learning opportunities through collaboration with local businesses and industries, facilitated by NAF's extensive network of corporate partners. delivery of professional development opportunities for educators to enhance their skills, and delivering NAF's curriculum and incorporating project-based learning methods into their teaching practices. Engagement with NAF's alumni network to provide mentorship and support for current students as they navigate their academic and career journeys. Collaboration between the Board of Education and NAF leadership to ensure alignment of goals, resources, and strategies for student success. Be it further resolved that the Superintendent, Board of Education, and NAF shall regularly review and assess the progress and impact of this partnership, making adjustments and improvements as needed to best serve the needs of students and the community. Be it further resolved that the Board of Education expresses its gratitude to NAF for its dedication to student success and looks forward to a fruitful collaboration that benefits all stakeholders involved.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Board, any questions, comments, or concerns around the resolution? No? No? Okay. Thank you. Need a motion on the floor to accept the resolution.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Bowman, supported by Trustee Gross. Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Trustee Davis Smith, President Garrett,
Yes.
VP Gross.
Yes.
And I'm voting yes. Passes 6-0.
All right, thank you. We're going to move down to communications, petitions, and delegations. Vice President, meeting is yours.
Sir, at this time, we have none.
Okay, thank you. I do want to take a point of privilege at this particular point in time. There was a Pontiac Alumni Foundation. I think a couple of board members are here. Judge Messer is always good seeing. Karen Kane, Brenda Causey Mitchell. I'm not sure if Mr. Northcross is there on that board or not, but however, we did receive a letter from you today that will be on our board governance agenda for April the 15th, that we want to go into a little deeper dive conversation about it. There was an ask that was presented, not necessarily to us as a board, but I believe there are some things that we can do to kind of help beef out what our partnership already is and what we're expecting out of Pontiac Alumni Foundation. So the board is aware of this, and if we can just set time, you guys can set time aside to have a representative there on April 15th. In our board governance meeting, we set about a half an hour to 45 minutes to have a discussion about what that partnership looks like. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to move down to board comments and announcements, and we'll start with, okay, he's shaking me off. Trustee Bowman.
Good evening. I just want to say that we had a lovely conference in New Orleans, very beneficial, and we received a wealth of information. It was a lovely treat to meet
Miss, got to sign both.
living history. I'm grateful for my board members, my trustees, and I'm glad to be back in my hometown of Pontiac, Michigan. I hope that we continue to support each other in the endeavors moving forward, and I hope that everyone hears me clearly when I say get ready for the changes coming to the Pontiac School District, because they are coming, ready or not. Here it comes. We're moving forward for the better. So with that being said, this was a lovely meeting, and everyone have a great night. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, madam. Trustee Davis Smith, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to ask again if, that it's essential to our students that our parents and family members are involved in their education. It can't just be the students coming to school and learning and receiving their education. We also need help at home to go over the packets with your children and just to read to them every night before bed, or find like 30 minutes a night to read to your children. It's essential to their learning to be involved in their education as well as their extra activities at the end of the day as well. Just when a student or a child see their parents and their family members interact with them and show up for them, it's a great feeling for them. And so I was just asking again that we all come together as a whole and support our children. And that way, by supporting our children, it's also supporting our staff as well. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Madam. Trustee Kraft.
Okay. I like to actually echo the same things that Trustee Bowman had mentioned about the New Orleans trip. I mean, I gained a lot of information down there. It was very informative. It was something I would like to do again and again and again. Also had the opportunity to one of the guest speakers on our first day at the general session was Ruby Bridges. And when she mentioned Collartown, Mississippi, it just blew my mind. I had no knowledge of who Ruby Bridges was and how impactful she was, you know, through the civil rights movement and things like that. But I found out she was my cousin. At this meeting, all the people there and everything. And I know Gil, our president, he said, you know everybody, you're related to everybody, but she's our actual cousin. And it was a delight and it was a treat to see her there and know that I have somebody that's in my family that made an impact in America. And I also would like to congratulate the awardees tonight that got the principal and also the student that was here, and keep making us look good here. I love this Pontiac thing here, and everyone have a wonderful week.
Okay. Thank you. Madam Secretary.
I too want to congratulate Jasmine as well as our assistant principals for the work that they're doing. I look forward to seeing more students receive the awards for our CTE program, but just really appreciative of our assistant principals and the work that they do to support our school. So thanks a lot for everything that you do. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Vice President.
No report.
No report. Okay. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us for our regular board meeting. We have, if you can join us for our board governance meeting on April the 15th, we'll appreciate that as well. Administration, before I close out the meeting, do you have anything? Okay. All right. Thank you. Need a motion on the floor to close the meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Gross, supported by Trustee David Smith. Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none. Roll call.
Trustee Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Trustee David Smith.
Yes.
President Garrett,
Yes.
VP Gross.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. 6-0.
All right. Thank you so much. Those who are in the audience, you're still welcome around. We're going to be here to ask questions. Those who are at home, please continue to share and subscribe. And thank you for following the Pontiac School District and sharing the information across that platform. People are getting tons of information about what we have going on. And I'm very grateful that you guys are staying engaged online as well as in person. So have a good night and look forward to seeing you at our next meeting. All right. Meeting's adjourned.